everybody, welcome to my next tutorial. In my last video I asked a question and someone got it right. I can't remember who right now, but I will find you and your link will be in the sidebar. Anyway, you asked for a shading light source tutorial kind of thing. So that's what I'm gonna do. Also, I got a few other questions about skin tones and shading and all that. Really quick before I get into it, I'm going to go into my skin tones. Well, I've, over the past 2 years, collected these colors, and they're kind of my defaults. I like to use them for skin tones. As you can see up here, these are the darker tones. These are the more happy, bright tones, and it ranges. Yeah. Over here in my swatches, and you can get these swatches if you click the on-off button just above the color wheel thing. It's really nice. I like to keep this thing to the HSV, which you get through this button, the slider, because you can choose whatever color you want. You can make it darker or lighter or more saturated. But anyway, the swatches. If you want to be able to get these colors into your swatches so you don't have to go up here every single time to try to find a good skin tone, all you have to do is find an empty space like this one right here, and you shift, and it comes up as a little paint bucket. But I'm gonna say I want this green color, shift, click, and it's right there. So I'm drawing in red and I want that green. I just go over here, click it, and now I have the green. And it's really, really handy. I love it. Anyway, that's about the swatches. If you want to get rid of a color, if you don't want it there anymore, you don't need it, like I really don't need this green, you control, hold down the left click, and then drag it outside, and it gets rid of it. So, but if you want to move a color, you just click, drag to another spot, and it's right there. But if I don't want something, I click and drag outside of the swatches thing. Alright, now let's actually get into the tutorial. Now, light source. Light source is very important if you want your pictures to look slightly realistic. Now remember, this is manga, or any kind of drawing. You know, it's always gonna have a level of non-realism to it. I don't even think that's a word. Yeah, but you always want it to look a little bit believable, because if you have shine in the eyes that's over from this direction, you can't have shine from the hair that's over in this direction. It makes it less believable. Now, light source. Light source is, let's pretend it's the sun. Alright, we're going to draw a cute sun in green. Sun is over here. Alright, now the sun's rays, since it's over here, are going to be going in this direction. Hence why the shine of the eyes is facing over here, because, you know, the sunlight's hitting it from over here. So, in order to shade correctly, you want the darker sections of the skin to be on the opposite side, facing away from the sun, and you want the lighter sections to be closer to it. Alright, so I'll show you really quick what I was doing with the skin tones. Let me just click this. There we go. I did that kind of stuff, and as you can see, excuse my MSN. Goodness, okay. As you can see, I put some shine, these little white spots over here. I'm going to blend them in later. I put the light spots over here, and the darker areas of the skin are over in this direction. Also, notice how some people do this. I put a dark shading area around the little nose. You know, it's an anime nose, it's got to be little. Around the nose to make it look like it has more depth. And I'm going to shade in this white right here later, and that's going to create the effect that the sunlight is coming in on this side, and it's going to, I don't know, make it look a little bit more realistic, which is pretty nice. Excuse that. Okay. I know, the outfit's kind of fun. So we're going to do this, or not we, but me, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. We're gonna do this really quick. I'll probably just throw this into time lapse so you can see just exactly what I do with it and how I go about shading. Alright, time to go into time lapse. Alrighty, so here I am choosing the shade that I want to be using, and I'm going for a little bit of a brighter color, and I'm just roughly going over where the dark parts of the skin need to be. It helps me later on for when I go into the darker shading. I make sure to shade underneath the hair and underneath the eyes too, but I'll erase that later because it annoys me. Under the hair, because the hair is covering up the skin where the sun wants to be, it's going to also create a shade. I'm also shading where the bridge of the nose is to show the depth of the picture, to show where exactly the light is hitting on the nose, to show that there is actually a nose, you know. Yep, now I'm just kind of going over this. By the way, I'm shading with the watercolor tool, and I press hard to get the regular lines, and then I lightly go over to shade it in. Now I have a darker pink that I'm using around the sides to, again, bring more depth, to make things darker a little bit, even though it's a bit of a brighter color. And because it looks a little bit like she's sunburned, I'm going to eventually tone that down. But for now, this is just for me to know where everything is. So I'm going to hue and saturation, and I'm going to play with it a little bit and just, you know, mess around with it. I'm also doing the brightness and contrast just to keep it at that normal kind of tone. Now I'm just going over it with the blur tool, and I guess that's it. Alright, I hope that helps a little bit. I'm in a little bit of a rush right now, and I've been procrastinating for like the past 3 weeks to do this. So it's kind of a really brief tutorial. I may post one of how to do her hair next, because I actually have not shaded her hair yet, which is pretty awesome. So far in the picture, I've actually gotten to done that, and I guess this is actually what I've done so far. And I got the reference for the outfit from, excuse me, I was watching Lady Gaga, a music video kind of thing. I got the outfit reference from here on Photo Buckets. Don't yell at me if you have seen this before and it upsets you, because I've apparently stolen it, and I haven't. I'm just referencing, and it's not the same colors. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm really sorry that this was so brief. Like I said, next video we'll have a little bit more of how to shade different things, because shading applies to a lot of other areas other than the skin. So anyway, I hope you understand light source now. It can be, once you really understand the concept, it's really easy. Just basically wherever the sun is where the highlight is, and wherever the sun, or the farthest spot away from the sun, will have the darkest shadow kind of thing. Actually, that kind of reminds me of, one second, or a little bit. If you notice, let me see what the best picture is. I'll use this one. Alright, in this image we see the Earth. Now, from here we can assume that the sun is over here, because the Earth is light here, which means it's daytime. Because the sun's over here, it's not able to hit this side of the Earth, which makes it nighttime over here. So I kind of try to remember it like that when it comes to shading. Wherever the sun is, it's daytime. Wherever it's not able to hit, it's nighttime. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I suggest that you subscribe or comment, and maybe both. That would be awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you guys later. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. Alright? Bye-bye.